"Doctor, please. You're our only hope." The voice was unlike anything Dr. Emilia Carson had ever heard. It resonated in a low hum and seemed to vibrate through her bones. The alien, a creature with translucent, shimmering skin and eyes that swirled like galaxies, stood before her, its tentacle-like appendages writhing anxiously. Emilia blinked, trying to process the scene in front of her. Less than an hour ago, she had been attending to mundane paperwork in her small-town clinic. Now, she was aboard an alien spacecraft, surrounded by beings that looked like they had stepped out of a sci-fi movie. I'm a human doctor. I don't even understand your biology," she stammered. The alien's gaze seemed to soften, though its expression was unreadable. "Your plants, your Earth. They hold something we cannot replicate. Something that could save millions." Emilia's heart raced. "You're telling me Earth plants can cure an alien disease?" "Not just any disease," another voice chimed in. This one was smoother, with a musical cadence. Emilia turned to see a second alien, taller than the first, with glowing veins that pulsed rhythmically under its iridescent skin. "This is the Threxian Blight, a plague that has decimated half the known galaxy. Our most advanced medicine has failed. But your planet, your primitive world, holds the answer." "Primitive?" Emilia bristled but held her tongue. "Okay," she said slowly. "Even if that's true, how am I supposed to help? I'm a general practitioner, not a galactic virologist." The first alien, who had introduced itself as Lithra, extended a tentacle, holding a holographic projection of a microscopic organism. "This pathogen defies all logic. It evolves too quickly for our treatments to keep up. But in your plants, we found chemical compounds that inhibit its growth. We need someone who understands Earth biology to extract and synthesize these compounds." Emilia took a deep breath. "So, you're saying the fate of millions of aliens rests on me figuring out how to make medicine from Earth plants?" Lithra's tentacles drooped slightly. "Yes, and time is running out." The next few hours were a whirlwind. The aliens had brought samples of Earth plants, apparently stolen during covert expeditions. Emilia recognized some of them: chamomile, yarrow, eucalyptus. Others were rarer, like ghost orchid and wolfsbane. These plants contain secondary metabolites that are proving effective against the pathogen, explained Sirin, the taller alien. "But the extraction process eludes us." Emilia frowned, picking up a sprig of eucalyptus. "It's not just about extraction. Plants produce these compounds in response to stress. You might be missing the triggers that make them potent." "Stress?" Lithra tilted its head, the gesture oddly human. "Explain." "Plants can't run away from danger, so they develop chemicals to defend themselves against insects, bacteria, even other plants. For instance, willow bark contains salicylic acid, which humans use to make aspirin. But the concentration of these chemicals can vary depending on how the plant is grown or harvested." Sirin's veins pulsed faster. "Fascinating. Do you mean to say the plants must be agitated to produce the cure?" "Exactly. And it's not just about agitation. Soil quality, water, sunlight, everything matters." The aliens exchanged glances, their expressions unreadable but clearly concerned. "Then we must recreate these conditions," Sirin said. "Will you guide us?" Emilia hesitated. The enormity of the task weighed on her, but the desperate look in Lithra's swirling eyes pushed her forward. "All right, let's start with what we have." Days blurred into weeks aboard the alien ship, which was equipped with a state-of-the-art lab that put Earth's facilities to shame. Emilia worked tirelessly, experimenting with different methods to extract the active compounds from the plants. She was aided by a team of alien scientists whose advanced technology often clashed with her more hands-on, trial-and-error approach. "You're boiling it?" one of them asked, incredulous, as Emilia simmered a mixture of yarrow and ghost orchid in a makeshift double boiler. "It's called decoction," Emilia snapped, her patience wearing thin. "Humans have been doing this for centuries. Trust the process." To her surprise, the decoction showed promising results. The active compounds seemed to stabilize when combined with certain minerals found in the ship's stores. But there was still a long way to go. The pathogen, a writhing mass of microscopic tentacles, continued to mutate, rendering many of their early formulations useless. It's like trying to hit a moving target, Emilia groaned one evening, slumping against a lab bench. Lythra hovered nearby, its tentacles curling sympathetically. Your resilience is remarkable. Most beings would have given up by now. Emilia managed a weak smile. Humans are stubborn. The breakthrough came unexpectedly. Emilia had been experimenting with wolfsbane, a plant notorious for its toxicity. By combining its extract with a purified compound from eucalyptus, she created a serum that showed remarkable efficacy against the pathogen in simulated environments. "It's working!" she exclaimed, hardly daring to believe it. Sirin examined the data, its glowing veins pulsing with excitement. This could be it. But their victory was short-lived. The pathogen mutated again, this time developing a resistance to the serum. Emilia felt her hope crumble. "We're back to square one." "Not entirely," Sirin said. "Your serum delayed the mutation. That gives us a window to adapt." Emilia nodded, determination rekindled. "Then we'll adapt faster." As the weeks turned into months, Emilia and the alien team refined their approach, creating a cocktail of plant-based compounds that targeted multiple aspects of the pathogen's biology. The final hurdle was testing it on an infected individual. Lythra volunteered. "If it fails, I'd rather it be me than anyone else." Emilia's hands trembled as she administered the injection. "Let's hope it doesn't come to that." For hours, they waited, monitoring Lythra's vitals. The alien's skin, once dull and patchy from the infection, began to regain its luminescent glow. The pathogen's activity decreased dramatically. "It's working," Sirin whispered, awe in its voice. Emilia let out a shaky laugh, tears streaming down her face. "We did it." Word of the cure spread quickly. Emilia was hailed as a hero, not just on Earth but across the galaxy. Despite her initial reluctance, she found herself drawn into a new world of interstellar collaboration, her knowledge of Earth biology bridging the gap between species. As she stood on the observation deck of the alien ship, gazing at a distant nebula, Lythra joined her. "You've changed the course of history, Doctor." "No," Emilia said, a small smile playing on her lips. "We did it together." The celebration of the cure's success was short-lived, however. As Emilia began to settle into her new role as a consultant for intergalactic medical research, an urgent message came through from a neighboring star system. The Threxian Blight had evolved once again, this time spreading through airborne vectors. The race against time began anew. "This isn't over," Emilia said, her voice steady despite the fear clawing at her chest. Lythra nodded, determination etched into its swirling eyes. "We've beaten it once. We'll do it again. Together." Emilia smiled grimly. "I'll need more plants." The urgency of the next chapter of Emilia's journey could not have been greater. The airborne strain of the Threxian Blight spread with terrifying speed, decimating entire colonies within days. Emilia, alongside Lythra, Sirin, and their alien colleagues, faced an unprecedented challenge, finding plants that could combat an even more aggressive pathogen. This time, they ventured to Earth. The alien ship descended into the dense Amazon rainforest, a place Emilia had always dreamed of exploring but never imagined she would experience under such dire circumstances. "This is one of Earth's richest ecosystems," Emilia explained to her alien companions. "If there's a cure for the airborne strain, it might be here." The aliens were awestruck by the towering trees, vibrant flora, and the cacophony of life surrounding them. But their awe was short-lived as they realized the gravity of their mission. Armed with advanced scanning devices, the team began collecting samples of rare plants, focusing on those known for their antimicrobial and antiviral properties. Lythra observed a cluster of vibrant flowers. These radiate a unique energy signature. Could they be useful? Emilia examined the blooms. "That's heliconia. It's not known for its medicinal properties, but it might have compounds we haven't studied yet. Let's take samples." As days turned into weeks, the rainforest expedition yielded promising results. Emilia discovered a rare fungus growing on the bark of an ancient tree. It contained a compound that, when combined with extract from tropical plants, showed unprecedented efficacy against the airborne strain in simulations. But the rainforest was not without its dangers. One evening, as the team ventured deeper into the jungle, they encountered a swarm of aggressive insects. The aliens, unaccustomed to Earth's wildlife, panicked. "Stay calm," Emilia shouted, swatting at the insects. "They're attracted to light. Dim your bioluminescence." The aliens complied, their glowing veins dimming to a faint shimmer. The swarm dispersed, leaving the team shaken but unharmed. "Your world is as dangerous as it is beautiful," Sirin remarked. "Welcome to Earth," Emilia replied with a wry smile. The breakthrough came when Emilia combined the rainforest fungus with a compound from a carnivorous plant. The resulting serum not only neutralized the pathogen in laboratory tests, but also seemed to provide immunity against further mutations. It was a game changer. "This could save billions," Lithra said, its voice filled with hope. "Let's not celebrate yet," Emilia cautioned. "We need to test it in real conditions." The first field test was conducted on a quarantined alien colony on a distant moon. Emilia administered the serum to the infected, monitoring their progress with bated breath. Within hours, the patients began to recover. By the next day, the pathogen was completely eradicated from their systems. "We did it," Sirin said, its voice trembling with emotion. Emilia smiled, exhaustion etched into her features. "We did." As the galaxy celebrated the end of the Threxian Blight, Emilia's name became synonymous with hope and resilience. She returned to Earth briefly, yearning for the familiarity of her home. But her time on Earth was short-lived. The universe was vast, and there were countless other challenges waiting beyond the stars. Emilia knew her journey was far from over. "Dr. Carson," Lithra said as they prepared to depart once again, "you have shown us the power of your world's simplicity. Your plants, your ingenuity, they have changed everything." Emilia looked out at the stars. "Maybe simplicity is what the galaxy needs. And maybe we're not as primitive as you thought." The alien chuckled, a sound that resonated like a song. "Perhaps not." As the ship ascended, leaving Earth behind, Emilia felt a mix of sadness and excitement. She had left her old life behind, but she had found a purpose greater than she could have ever imagined. And her story was just beginning.